Good morning. I'm hoping you guys are doing well. Peak out here in Singapore again, and I'm actually up kind of early, but I'm happy. Excuse me. So, I have another friend that I want to introduce you to. This young lady is based in Florida, from what I remember, and I am hoping that she is as excited as I am. Sisters. So, she's part of the Business Mastery Summit, and she is Legacy Consulting. Good morning, and I'm excited because I get to know her a little bit better as she gets to tell you about herself as well. How are you? Good morning.
Hi, I'm good.
How are you feeling?
Good, much better. Thank you.
Very good. I'm really glad. So, really quickly, you're based in Florida, correct?
I am.
Very nice. And would you tell me just a little bit more about where you come from? Like, how you were you always in Florida, or did you move there recently?
Well, I'm Jamaican, so I'm
Nice.
originally from Jamaica, but I've been in Florida forever. I grew up in Florida. I've been here since I
Okay.
was a child. Haven't
Okay.
lost my accent, but
That's good though. I like that. I like that a lot. It's hard. It's hard because we say what we hear a lot, right? Hey,
yeah.
Lady Deborah, thank you so much for joining us. Hey, August. So, that's really cool though. So, do you miss home? Do you have lots of memories of home, or are you just is this home already now for you?
Yes and no. Yes, yes, it's home, but you know what? You'll always miss your roots, miss where you're coming from,
Yeah.
because it's not the same. It's never going to be the same
No.
from the food to. So every so often, I take a trip down memory lane. Wish I was home. Miss the food.
Do you get to visit home very often, or I'm sure you're very busy with all of your work though.
No, don't get to visit often, so that's where I get a little homesick. But when I do get a chance to go, I do.
Very cool. Very cool. So, legacy consulting, I know that it's business and financial information, but what is your passion?
My passion is just to help other people birth their passion. That's where
Awesome.
our media and branding coaching come from because we love people's business. Your business is our business.
I love that. I really love that. And how did you get into that? How did you discover that you really loved helping other people with what they love? Because it's not what everyone wants to do, right? You have a
Right.
specific skill set, or it's like graphic design, or it's um, maybe it's hair and nails. It could be anything. So how did you discover your passion for yourself?
Because I always found myself giving people advice. I'm
Okay.
always like, oh, wait, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do
Yeah.
that.
Very cool. So this is basically something it's who you are. It's something you've always done. So was
Yeah.
it difficult for you to make this your life's work? Was it difficult to transition into making this your main source of income?
No, it wasn't. You know what? I worked in healthcare. That's my
Okay.
main background, and I would always find people coming in, they're stressing about money. Yes.
Yep. That's the one place where you don't want to be stressing about money, right?
Right. And they're always stressed out. And we're like, why is your blood pressure high? Why are you not doing such and such? And just like, you know what, money, money, money. And they
Hmm.
always have great ideas. And I will find myself on the job in the hospital saying, listen, you should launch that business.
Right. Yeah.
you,
And
you
that's
know?
interesting because the hospital is where, people suddenly realize, wow, time isn't always going to be, I'm not going to have time forever. I'm not going to be able to tell everybody, what I mean, what I feel. I better get on it. And that's the best place for you to start, like, for you to see everybody's dreams, though, that because they're not afraid anymore. It's like, wow, okay, I need to get started on something.
Right. Dreams and regrets, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my
The regret.
goodness.
I wish I did it when I was younger. I wish I did it because it could be a couple and one of the spouse passed away. Most of the times it's the
Oh,
wife. And they're saying, I wish that when he was alive that I pursued my passion. I was like, yeah, that can't be me. And let's help you do what you need
actually,
to.
yeah. So I was just going to ask that. Do you think that seeing all of this over and over again was kind of like a recurring message for you? Hey,
Yeah.
you have this passion too. Are you going to push forward? Are you going to do what you got to do?
Yeah, you know what? Yes. And I helping people. I love helping them with their overall wellness. But I found myself sitting down with a patient one day and I said, you know what? Listen, I realize now that most of our problems come from money. We don't eat right because a lot of times we don't have time because we're trying to make money, and a lot of times they don't have money because they can't afford to eat right, and that's most
Yeah.
health problems. Can't sleep at night, insomnia, stress, the works. And I was like, this, I don't want this to be me.
Yeah,
I'm
you can
sorry,
see
y'all,
a
that's a
lot
little
of
selfish, but
you can see a lot of futures like that, you know. Yeah, I definitely
yes.
understand.
Yes, and a lot of different backgrounds, different culture, different everything. And a lot of people, they're working and they want to pursue their dreams. They were saying, I don't know how. And I
Hmm.
said, you know what? I picked up a lot of information, a lot of things over the years, and
Yeah.
I'm giving it away for free. And while I don't mind giving it away for free, what if? And I started researching to see, and then I found life coach and different type of coaching. I'm like, wait, I'm already doing this.
Yeah, but then now there's a title for it. We didn't know. We
There's
were
a
just
title for it. Yes. And that's when I started my journey. I was like, you know what? I'm already doing it. Now I found a title, so I know exactly what it is I've been doing. So let's do this.
yes, exactly, Lady Deborah. Dreams and you know, it's amazing how the universe will keep pushing you to what you need to be doing. As many reroutes as we do, it will keep turning us around. It will keep reminding us, you know, there's a passion inside of us. It's something we're meant to be doing. We need to get on our work already. So
Right.
very quickly, how did you end up in healthcare? Was it what you studied? Did you go the traditional route like a lot of us, you know, high school, college, a job? Is that how you ended up in healthcare?
Well, remember that yes and no, yes and no.
That's fine. That's cool. That's why I want you to tell people because
I tell,
no one path will lead you to your dreams. There's so
right,
many different ways. So please, if you
right,
don't mind.
right. So because I'm Jamaican, in
Hmm.
our I'm country in Jamaica, and there it's either you're a teacher, you
Hmm.
are a doctor, or you are
Hmm.
a nurse. That's
Oh,
it.
okay.
Like pick
Okay.
one. It's like that's it, pick one. So as a child I grew up seeing healthcare, and I always had a passion for helping people, but
Yeah.
it's a matter of how. And because I was exposed to healthcare, I kind of fell in love with it, sort of. And as I grew older, I realized that I fell in love with helping people and not necessarily the medicine part of it.
Okay.
So that's how I ended up in healthcare. I did take the traditional route, finished high school, went to college. That was my profession. Then I realized that it was broader than that, that you can be in
Yes.
healthcare, but you don't have to be in a hospital or something. You can own one. You can
Right.
have a business in healthcare. And that's what I did. And then I found out that I love business and I love healthcare. So I kind of married the two together.
Perfect. That's perfect. I mean, and honestly, there is no one route. Like I said,
Right.
you can decide you wanted to be an entrepreneur right out of high school. You could have decided that
Right.
college wasn't more for you, wasn't for you, and you did it from there itself. So there is no one way. So that's why I'm trying to get all of my Summit sisters on here to tell us what their journey was. When did they have that epiphany? Like, I should be doing this. This is what I should be doing. Um,
Right.
because I want more people to do that. It's more fulfilling. You feel better about your life. It's like quality of life, right? Do you feel that?
Yeah.
It's quality of
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, you know what? I did drop out of college too. I don't know if that's encouraging for y'all, but listen,
No, I
here's
mean,
my
if you know what you need to do and this is not taking you where you need to be, hey, I'm not one to judge at all.
I did because here's why. I was gonna go higher in healthcare, but
Hmm.
then I realized that I was turning into the people that I was seeing every day. Where yes, I was there for 12, 14, 15 hours a day. I
Yep.
wasn't really completely happy. I'm happy to be there for them, but I wasn't happy to be there for me.
Yep.
And it have to be a balance, especially working so hard. So what I had to do was ask myself, do I love business? Do I love healthcare? What do I see myself doing? And when I realized that that wasn't my route, I decided to drop out of that program that I was doing. Not completely dropped out of college, because nobody ever do that, y'all. We dropped out of for a season, but not
Yeah.
not forever, ever, ever. So I ended up going back to school for something that can expand my business to add value to
Right.
my clients.
And that's something I'm actually trying to get people to understand. I know that the timeline says as soon as you get out of high school, you need to be in college, but as soon as you get into college, they're telling you pick a major. I don't know who I am. I don't know
Mm-hmm,
what I want. And
mm-hmm,
for me personally, I started off as a bio major, realized I didn't care about chemistry, and I could care less about, I mean, I love plants, but I don't want to know why. So I ended up in psychology, and that was more for me because I wanted to understand why I went through certain things and why people treated me certain ways. So that was just
That's
personal,
what I.
but it worked in my to my advantage later. So like I
Mm-hmm.
said, different strokes for the different folks, and no five fingers are the same. So everybody has their own way of doing stuff. Exactly. We value and we expand. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so once you decided you wanted to do this, was it a hard transition? Because that's another thing, right? A lot of people are like, yeah, but safety and money is a steady paycheck, and it's someone else's responsibility to make sure that I'm getting paid. How was that transition for you?
The struggle is real. It's real.
It's major.
It's real. And it's funny. You said psychology. I'm like, yeah, that's what I went for because that's exactly what I went for. Psychology because I was already doing it. But
Yeah.
the struggle is real at any stage because while you're transitioning your business, and I always say I'm never completely 100% all into my business, just entrepreneurship. I tell
Right.
people I'm a walking contradiction. I am a college professor too, so I get to use
Ah,
my knowledge that I learned over the years, and I'm a boss, but I'm also an employee. And I tell them that
okay.
I never see myself being completely in my own business because I like to learn and see
Yes,
what my strengths and my weakness, and the best way for it to expose is when I'm an employee. You
that's true.
understand?
That's true. Yes.
And they'll tell me, well, you're not really patient today, professor. And I'm like, well, maybe I ain't patient then. let me
That's
work
human
on that.
relations 101. Here, let me tell you.
Because a lot of times people, when you're the boss, you're the owner of the business, a lot of times people seems to tiptoe and kind of walk on eggshell around you a little bit
Okay.
because it's yours,
Yeah.
but when you're in it for somebody else, then they challenge you to become better. And I feel like, you know what, if I want to learn a new skills, I'm going to learn it while being paid to learn it, and that's what I do. So as I expand my business, I expand what I do in their university, in their college. That way I can learn it while being paid to learn. Just saying, on the job
No, but
training.
I like that. I really like that because what you're teaching is also what you're teaching is what you're teaching, right? Whether it's
Right.
business or in school. But I like that because in the classroom you get these discussions with the students. It helps you stay current. It gives you. It's almost like you have your finger on the pulse of what's really going on for the people up and coming, as well as the people you're seeing on the other end that have been through all of
Yeah,
this. They've done, I don't know how many years in corporate America, and they're kind of like, oh, I can't get up and go to work anymore. How do I fix this? So that's an interesting way to do that. That's really
right.
cool. I like that a lot. So
Because
as much as you say you're a walking contradiction, I kind of don't see it, but I know what you mean.
I love how you said that. Now I feel a little better because you know what? Because as I coach too, because I teach adults and I
Hmm.
coach adults, and a
Yeah,
lot of times I'm exposed to a lot of different backgrounds, a lot of different personalities. And as I'm coaching, I always coach, but now I'm more aggressive with my coaching, meaning I'm doing more and I'm pushing the envelope to get my clients to go deeper and higher.
uh-huh.
And before, my fuse was this short, y'all. I'm sorry. It was this big.
Hey,
I'm done. I'm tired.
growing pains.
Listen, I'm done. But now, when I'm being paid, I had to learn how to kind of manage myself and expand my fuse a little bit so I can take the behind, and I'm not finished. I need more time. Life got in the way. So now I can understand when a client said, you know what, coach, I really want to get my assignment done, but life got in the way. I'm a little bit more patient. Wasn't before.
Yeah.
A little better now.
But I like that. I mean, as you're talking, it's kind of like the wheels are turning in my head slowly. But I'm realizing that, yeah, and it's something we've always known, but until someone says it out loud, it kind of doesn't click, right? So I've always known that suffering leads to compassion. So until
Yes.
you go through it, you don't know how to explain it to somebody that doesn't understand what they're seeing, doesn't understand what they're feeling, and they're feeling like they're going crazy because how am I, how can I possibly feel this way? But because
Mm-hmm.
you've been there in one form or another, and we've done that, a couple couple times because I don't learn the lesson the first time. I got to go through it a couple times because I've been there and I've seen it and I've felt all those feelings. When you say certain things, I'm like, okay, talk to me. What's really going on? Because I know it's not just this surface something silly. It's something deeper than that. So you
Right.
are in a very unique position to
Right.
have your finger on the pulse with what's going on with those people just entering the job force to people that have been there for many years. You see like both ends of the spectrum, and that's really, really unique position to be
Right.
in.
Right. That's what I always said because, and even still going, I'm still in school, and I told them, they said, "What do you do?" I said, "I'm a professional student, and I'm going to be one
Hey, I like that.
forever."
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. I like that. Yes, me too.
And I'm going to be one. And I said, I'm going to be one forever because I'm a teacher, but I'm a student. I'm a
Yes.
boss, but I'm an employee. You understand? So I get to see like holistically when I sit down with a client and they're saying, I want to get my MBA or I want to do my doctoral, but life is hard. I can say, wait a minute, here's some real solutions to your problem. Why? Because I'm walking it out with you. You understand?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm in it. The struggle is real. I know. Eat some cake
Footsteps in
and
the sand, you are right
coffee.
there with them. Yes. Yes.
Yes, but you know what? It's like entrepreneurship is not easy, right?
No.
It's not easy. And when I made, well, I'm still transitioning because even the more that I do, they're saying we want you to go higher. And the more that I go higher in their corporation is the more that I need to go higher in mine.
Right.
And it's always requires stretching and sacrifice. I always said the more that you grow, you have to restructure your life. And that's what it is. Our mindsets have to be restructured, not just the physical, but mentally we have to be stretched to go where we're going.
Right. And that's that mental game that no one really has a blueprint for because all of our paths are different. We don't know which of our memories affects us more than the other until we start talking about it. And I don't think we've ever been encouraged more than now in this time frame, right? I don't think anyone's been more encouraged to open up, own
Right.
what happened in the past. Tell us how we can serve you because what you need is very individual. It's very specific to you. I can't, like
Mhm.
August said, I can't teach what you need to August. It won't be the same.
It
The
won't.
lessons might be there, but it won't be as relevant. There's another aspect of that that August would need versus what you would need. And I know Lady Deborah said, yes, the struggle. It's hard, but it's worth it. And not everyone gets to where we get. It's
Right.
not that easy. That mind work is really difficult.
hmm The struggle is real, but it's necessary. I always
Yes.
say it's necessary. And you hit the nail right on the head because everybody, like you said, path is absolutely different. And it's like glasses, right? Everybody's
Yeah.
prescription is different so they can
Yeah.
see. That's like your life glasses. Everybody's
Yeah.
prescription is different. So you cannot put somebody else's glasses on and try to measure your life based on
That's
what
true.
you see through their glasses because it's blurry when you look through their glasses. You
Yeah.
understand? So we have to understand that our business don't all have to look the same. Our personality makes us different, and that's what's projected in our business. So people get discouraged when they try to mirror somebody else's business, and while you
And
can
it
be
doesn't
inspired,
quite work out.
right, and we're like,
Yeah.
what's happening?
Be
So,
patient. You'll figure out what works best for you. But you gotta try. You gotta
right.
try though, right? You don't know until you try.
Right. Be motivated and
Yeah.
empowered by that person, inspired by that person, and find your own voice. And that's why us, are here. And that's why we're even doing the summit. Like a bunch of powerful women from across the globe come together to share our hearts, the real us, not just the boss lady us, but all of what makes us us to say, listen, we're a boss, but we're also a mom. We're
Yes.
also a wife. We're also a student. We're also everything else that goes on in life, and we're still
We're
doing
never
it.
just one thing. Exactly. And we're
Right,
ready to share. Like, I mean,
right.
really give of ourselves so you understand that, okay, the way she speaks, I know she's been through that too. The way she
Mhm.
speaks, I know that she's past that level in her life. and
Mm-hmm.
successfully. So I know that whatever she tells me next, I can get to her level too because she's passed it successfully. Um,
Right.
your business specifically, what is what do you offer? I know you've mentioned business and finance. What all, like, it's not just one thing, everything's connected, right? So what all do you offer as a
Right.
business service?
What we offer is integrated business and financial services. We look at the person holistically, their business.
Hmm.
We look at your finance, money management, how to budget that money, how to spend that money, and pretty
I'm
much.
terrible at that.
And we have insurance, and of course, insurance. We cannot, I always say, underwrite your risk. We cannot, like, building a house without the right foundation, it will crumble, especially in Florida. Hurricanes come, it's gone. Okay.
Oh my
So,
goodness, yeah.
right, we need insurance. We do life, health, investments, the works, because we have a personal life that we need to protect in the event of two. Businesses close down when somebody lose an income or a spouse or their health get attacked. So we
Right.
cannot that.
Everything
As
stops.
Right, everything
Hmm.
stops. Like, if we get sick tomorrow, what happens to that business? And let's, God forbid, but the big C word, cancer, it happens, right? And when it do, are we prepared for those things, right? We have
Exactly.
car accidents that somebody now probably is paralyzed. I mean, it's scary, but as a healthcare provider, I see it all. I
Yes,
saw
you've
it.
seen it all.
So I know what happens when these things happen, right?
Yeah.
Death, we know it. Are we prepared for those things? Businesses will crumble if that happens. Not only business, but our personal lives too, right? And then
Yeah.
we offer the business, where we look at your business, your idea. I have an idea, so here's my business. Now let's grow that business. So we do branding, we do media coaching, and we help with the launch process. So
Wow.
that's the services that we offer. So we said integrated because, well, you can't have a business without money, and you can't have.
um, it will be very, very difficult for a while if you don't have money. And if nothing will test you, the lack of money will definitely test you. Like, do you really, this is nearly necessary? Shouldn't I just go back to work and get another job? Like, do I really need to struggle this hard? No, I don't need to struggle this hard, but I want the dream. So, yeah.
Right. Right, because we got to look at everything. We have to look at everything, and we take the holistic approach. Because before, I did finances through my business, where we did insurance, everything from legal insurance to health, life, the works, right? And after we
Mhm.
did that, we were like, listen, every time we meet with a client, we always end up launching a business because they need more money. So we said,
Yeah. Yeah. So how do you
so
get
we
more
said,
money? You follow your
money.
passions.
So we said, wait a minute. You need to invest, you need money. You need
Yeah.
health insurance, you need money. You need life insurance, you need money. You need legal insurance, money. So how do we get you to make more money? Launch a
Right.
business. What are you passionate about? You're a baker, let's bake. You're a nail tech, let's do that. You're a hairstylist, I got you. Let's do this. Whatever it is, let's
Yeah.
do it. And then we launched that business, and then we fell in love with all of it. So we said, you know what, let's do something that is not traditional, but it's what we need now in 2019. And that's where
Exactly.
we have legacy, because we're
So it
building a
sounds
legacy.
like you have a wonderful team behind you that is able to touch all the different points of life. And like I've said this multiple times, right? This panel of 21 women, we don't teach just one thing. We teach all of it because we're still human. We're still living our lives. We're still moms. We're spouses. We're sisters, brothers, like all that stuff.
Right,
And
right, right.
that point that you mentioned, right? Because you've been in healthcare, you've seen all these things kind of like come to a grinding halt
Mhm.
because major life situation happened, right? Hey, Tiffany. Somebody passed away, somebody got really sick. That's
Right.
another set of mental issues that you have to deal with. How do you deal with grief? How do you deal with, understanding that time is limited, but still, pursuing the things that are important to you? How do you make amends for, maybe you don't talk to people no more, but this sickness is saying, hey, you need to make amends, you need to get back with your family. Like, there's so many
Right.
things that happen. But that's why if you don't have the right processes in place, if you don't have the right foundations, your business will slow down because it needs you to run it. Until you get to a point where you've set it up and it kind of runs by itself and you know, it's still your business, you still have input, but it's not dependent and hinging on what you do on a daily basis, then you can get it
Right.
going. You mentioned cancer. The six-figure chick has cancer. She goes through chemotherapy, and she will tell you, hey, okay, well, this week I have chemo, so I'm going to be missing a little bit, but my business is still running. How do
Right.
we get
Right.
to
Right.
that level? But that's
Right.
all mental work, and I feel like you are able to kind of cover all of that. The physical aspect, the financial aspect, the mental, spiritual aspect. There's a lot that you cover. So
It's a
the
lot.
next question for me is, where all can we find you? Because I know you do a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah. So my two main website that I call home, because I do have multiple businesses that I do, but Legacy Consulting Firm, which is Legacy C as in Charlie, S as in Sam firm.com, and social media, I'm all over it. And ShanieSalmon.com is my personal website. And I mean, I'm here. I'm human. Reach out to me, talk to me, because a lot of times they see us billing and they feel like they can't reach out to us. No, we're here for
Like,
you.
we're not at that level. I can't possibly reach out to you and you answer me back. But that's not the case. All of these women are humble, like really humble.
Right, right, right. So yes, message me, email me. My email, my social media is there. You guys can find me on Instagram, on Facebook, and everything like that. And yep, Elevation TV Network. That's my brainchild. Love it. Yes, my team is on here. Thank you
Lady
guys.
Deborah, we're going to get you on here in a minute, too, because you're doing a lot of work people need to know about as well. So, yeah.
Yes, I I love my team. They're like, don't forget about us over here. That, so I do have a TV network, a radio network, a magazine, and a podcast. So I
See,
have
that's why I knew they could find you everywhere. They just need to know.
everywhere. And my team's like, wait a minute now, we are here. So
I
thank you,
love it.
Elevation family, for showing up and for showing some love. And yes, my team is just
Absolutely.
phenomenal. I mean, when you say you can build and don't have to be there, like I was, I was out. I was under the weather myself, and the businesses was still going because my
Yeah.
amazing was there. And y'all, we can't do it without each other. Even
Yes.
this summit, the amazing women that's there, they're just, I mean, something's always happening to where I'm thankful for y'all, because if it was just me by myself and I'm under, then everything would be halt. So
Yeah, that means you don't have time for it. You can't ask for sick leave. You are the boss. Like, what do you do? Oh, I got to drag myself to work anyway. But that's not what we want. We want to be happy. When we are happy and we are whole, we serve better. We're more effective. That's how everyone elevates, right? So
yeah,
absolutely. And this is what we're trying to teach with this whole 21 women saying the same thing about, yes, women can work together without killing each other. Yes, we're not in competition with each other. We get it our way and it's still okay. Yes, you need people. You are allowed to ask for help because at some point or another, every last one of us asked for help.
we
Every
do.
last one of us.
We do. You know what? I reached out to my five fave, however it goes.
That's cool.
And when I'm on, I'm like, listen, I need y'all to pray for me, help me out, hold on that fort, help me
Hmm.
do me, because right now I'm under myself. And a lot of
Yeah.
times we feel like, especially with that title CEO, like put that title down. And when you put the title down, not the position, but the title itself, it
Yeah.
allows you to give yourself permission to rely on your team. You
Yes.
understand? Because
Yes.
when we have the title, I'm CEO, everybody's permission is CEO. We have to have all the answers. We have to have it all together. No, we do not have to have it all together. We know we have
I'm
to
so
know what
glad
to,
you said that. Amen. Thank
you
you.
know what to do when we don't have it all together.
Yeah.
And that's where this comes, this strategic alliances, where we have strategic alliances, which is women in our corner, and men are good too. We love them. Yes,
Yep.
we love y'all. Don't worry, we're not leaving
Absolutely.
you in the
All of
house.
you.
But
Hmm.
but women understand it a lot more because we all have to walk it out completely.
Yeah.
So rely on the bosses, boss babes, rely on your rocks.
Yep. Absolutely. So tell me, I know Lady Deborah is actually in your corner as well. How
Awesome.
did y'all meet? I'm very excited because there are so many connections within this group that I didn't even know about. So if you don't mind, will you let me know how did you both meet?
You know what? Is she, how did, yeah, how we met? Great question. You know what? Through collaboration to
Okay.
where I did have a guest on a TV network, on a TV
Mm-hmm.
show on my network. And I actually met Prophetess Deborah through her to where
Okay.
she was a guest on the network. And after I spoke with her, I'm like, wow, yes, yeah, we going the same direction, so
Right.
let's go
Okay.
together. And
Yes.
she is, I mean, she have a book called Fierce, and her book pretty much talk about business, ministry, women in leadership, everything that attacks us as we're trying to go where we're trying to go. And I was like, you
Right.
know what, this is really the type of person to have in your corner, because when you're going through it, you can pick the phone up and said, you know what, while we do collaborations on businesses together, we still have a professional relationship and a sisterhood that when I'm
Yes.
feeling down, I can be vulnerable, right? Yep, she was undergifted. I was undergifted. When I'm feeling down, I can pick the phone up and said, you know what, this is how I feel today. And she don't look at
Yeah.
it like, oh, you're the CEO, you're Elevation TV and you're feeling down. She understand that, you know what, because she have multiple businesses too. You
Yes.
understand? And she been through it. She's going through it, and she can tell me, you know what, it's okay. Take the day off, relax. It's not that serious, you know?
And sometimes that's all you need. You need someone to say, you know what, it's okay. You're human. This is the
Mm,
way things go. And yes,
yeah,
you wear the CEO hat, but that's not the only hat you wear. You gotta take care of you sometimes. You gotta step back and take a look at it sometimes. And that's all you
yeah,
need is someone to say, it's okay. Just take the day. It'll be all right. That is
right,
so, that's all we need to hear sometimes.
right. Right. It goes both ways though. On the flip side, that's that side. On the flip side,
Hmm.
when I want to take a day off, when I shouldn't, I hear, listen now, not today. This is not time for this foolishness. Boss up, handle your business. Stop
Right.
playing. You're playing too much.
It's a different feeling in life when you know that it's they talk about support network and a lot of times it's family, right? But family don't always treat you the way you need them to. There are some
Right.
people in your family that will like, spoon feed you, hold your hand, look, oh no, it's okay, it's always okay. And there are some people that will get on your case all the time and there's no balance. You need those people that have both sides of that. August is definitely that person for me.
Mm-hmm.
If I disappear from social media, she'll reach out and be like,
Mm.
are you there? What are you doing? I don't see this still. You're working on it, right? So yeah, we need those people who honestly want the best for us. They know that if you succeed, they succeed, and they know that if they succeed, you succeed. All of us are tied together, and
Right.
it's a good thing.
Yes, we win together. We win
Hmm.
together. And that's the thing. You know what? You said something when you said women can absolutely work together and don't
Yeah.
kill each other. And I
Yes.
hear a lot like, oh my goodness, you put two women in a room together, they're gonna fight. No, we don't. We too grown to fight. We
Why
got
were we
babies
taught
to
that?
build.
What did they think they were doing when they said that? Did they know the power that would come out of like a couple women working together? Is that what it was? Like, don't do it. We don't. I don't know if we can deal with the fallout. Come on now.
We got
Oh,
businesses to build. We don't have
yeah.
time to fight. And you know what? The more that we work together is the stronger all of our businesses become.
We learn from
All.
each other. We allow each other to be loud and proud. Like
Mhm.
by you sharing your story right now, I don't know how many people out there like, dang, yeah, I don't want to wait till I get to a hospital and suddenly realize I have all these things that I need to do. I don't want to wait till, I suddenly find out that I was not taking care of myself the way I needed to. And then time is running. Like, I'm glad. I'm so grateful. Yeah, the timing wasn't right the last time we planned it, but I think our energy is on point today. We're saying what we need to say for everybody to hear. You
Right.
hear me? Yeah.
Right. You know, it's so funny because, listen, it happened in my own family where my stepfather he was working for a construction company based out of Florida, the biggest construction company in Florida. And
Yes.
he started working there from he was in his, early 30s or late 20s. Not exactly sure of the timeline, but he came from Jamaica, I think, and he started working there when he was 30 or 31, something like that.
Okay.
And he was there for probably 30 years. Make
Wow.
really great money, six figure, everything figure. I mean,
Wow.
have it out
Doing good.
and just doing
Yeah.
fantabulous. Okay. I just made up a word. Okay.
That's good. I like that word. Go ahead. So he was doing good. It was
He was
back in his
doing
30s.
Yes, he was doing really, really, really good. So what happened was the company 30 years later never went back to school because he didn't have a need to go back to school.
Exactly. Yep. Okay.
30 years later, company decided that they want to sell the company, move it out of the United States, and
Oh,
every single one of those men that's been there since they were in their early 30s,
yeah.
fresh from Jamaica, from the different countries, Bahamas. Now they're all unemployed and no education. Now they're what,
Oh, there's
30
nothing to
years
fall back on.
30 years later now, and they're saying, oh, I'm too old to go back to school. Some of them, they're not there to where they feel like they can do it, and now they're saying that here's your 401k. Now you have this much time to roll it over, and that's where the investment part of my business comes from, because
Yeah.
I do finance. So I met with all of them and give them their options, and the truth was, when I sit them down and I said, you have this much time when you're going to run out of money and you have a family to take care of, what are you going to do? Then the reality, that's when I really became serious about my business, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I was ish, but when that happened, I was like, no, people need this. And that's when I really decided to launch my business. And that's why all of us need to be serious about our business and don't procrastinate on our dreams, because we don't want to be in that situation. It's not pretty.
Exactly. It's not, and it's very scary. Like for me, I'm a single mom, and as much as I do have family around, they have their own families. I can't wait for them to
Mhm.
it's not their job to take care of me. It's my job to take care of me and my daughter. So that's where
Mhm.
this became important for me. So we all have these moments where we see things and it's like flashing red sign. Hey, you need to do this
It's
now.
not. Mhm.
And sometimes we don't know where to start. We know we need to start, but we don't know where to start. So come join the summit. We know that we've hit a wall in our business. We've been at the same level for a while. We just can't seem to break through and make a little bit more. You know it's there. You don't know what's wrong. You need another set of eyes. Come join the summit. Come talk to these people. Look at all these ladies as your very own panel to ask. Ask the question and see who responds. And out of
Mhm.
all the people that respond, because I'm pretty sure more than half will respond, figure out who you understand and who might understand your situation a little bit better, so you can get the right information. Make sure you're covering everything you need to cover. You don't know what you don't know. That's just the long and the short of it. You don't know what you don't know. So
Right,
unless you
right,
ask, and there are no stupid questions, unless you ask, you will never know. And that's
right,
not a chance I'm willing to take.
right, right. And a lot of times, like you said, the struggle and the stagnation in our business don't always have to be business related. It could be
Yeah.
spiritual. It could be psychological. It could be our health.
Yep.
It's so much different things that we have to look at. And that's where the summit becomes powerful, because you have what? Well over 20 plus speakers. And they're
From
speaking
all
about
different backgrounds. Yep.
Mhm. And how trickled into our business and tying to our business. And you might be like, wait a minute, I never thought about that before.
Yeah.
Now you know what to adjust and address in your life.
And let me be real clear about this. Shani is a phenomenal woman. But honestly speaking, I knew she was on the panel. We've generally, answered discussions within the group that as we were collaborating and building this. But this is my very first conversation. And I love who she is. And I need you to see this, and that's why I'm doing this. I interviewed her not only because I need to know who she is so I can better support her, because I can't just support just for the hell of it. I need to know who you are so I know how to support you best.
Right.
But more than that, by you tuning into this interview and listening to her and understanding that she will listen as well as speak, we have different backgrounds. She has a different viewpoint of life than I do, and that is okay, right? We're sitting on different opposite ends of the earth, and we're still talking. And I'm getting along with. This is our first conversation. I'm loving our dynamic. I love that we can speak about these things. We laugh, we get emotional. all in the span
Yeah.
of what, like 20, 30 minutes already? But that
Yeah.
means that's that serving spirit. I am here to
Right.
serve. I'm here to be all that I can so that you
Yes.
know that you can be all that you can. You are giving me permission to shine, and I'm giving you permission to shine. And that's what we want to do. 21 of us want to make sure
Yeah.
that y'all have permission to be who you are.
Right. Right. And I'm enjoying you too. So thank you for even having me on to share your
I love
platform.
it. I really love it.
I never take it for
Absolutely.
granted to collaborate with women in business, women just pursuing their passion. And thank you for sharing the platform with me to even inviting me
Absolutely.
to yours. So
Absolutely.
thank you. Yeah, more comments. I
Always.
comments because you're so encouraging.
Absolutely. I mean, I love these people. Like, gosh, I saw my cousin jump on here. Jayshree, thank you so much for joining. August was talking about conspiracy. And you know what, Pastor Deborah, like, no, the God does not make mistakes. Everything happens for a reason. There is divine timing involved here, and there is like these alignments with these people. I love it. I couldn't ask for more. And it was good timing for me in my business too. This came along right when I needed to know that there are other women doing this. And it really matters that we all do this.
Yes, yes, we have to do it not just for ourselves, but for you meaning you that is watching, that's going to watch, that's going to listen, that's going to be on the summit. Because if we don't build our passion, we cannot change the world, and we can't do it by ourselves. If I don't build my business, then those people that's waiting for me to coach them, they're going to be waiting forever. You understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying? All of us
Yep.
have our path to pave in this world. And if you don't build what God give you to build, then truthfully, you're depriving somebody of what they're praying for. Somebody might be saying, send me Pika to come help me to do what it is that I need. And Pika's like, nope, not today. And I'm still waiting and saying, I need it. But until she
Yeah.
moves, I can't have it. And that's what we have
Exactly.
to realize, that the longer it takes us to move, is it longer it takes somebody else to move. So we just have to keep it pushing and keep it going.
Exactly. And just like Shani said earlier, she's teaching while she's teaching, right? Which means her business influences the way she teaches her students, and her students
Right.
influences the way she does her business. Everything is connected. Honestly, if I were to wish anything was different in my past, I would not be here. I would not be the same person. I would not have the same conviction. I would not be as passionate as I am. I'm building this for my daughter. I started off building this for my daughter, but as I started sharing my stories, so many people came forward and said, I had no idea you lived through that. I had no
Mm-hmm.
idea you had that experience. I had no idea you had to suffer that long. And it's not
Mm-hmm.
about the suffering. It's like, how did I come through it though? How can I show people they can come through it? They will survive. It will not kill them. It will try, but it will not kill you.
Right. Right. Show me how you live my pain. If you can show me how you live my pain, I'm here. Let's do this.
Yes,
Let's do business. Let's do life. Listen, you can call me. What are we doing? If you can show me, because to tell me I understand, but to show me that you understand, it's the difference.
exactly.
It's a different
Exactly.
story.
And you can
It's
tell by the words people use if they really lived through it or not. I don't have time to fake anything. I have work to do.
right. Like, thank you for
I
your
don't have
baby.
time to
No,
woo
stop
you.
faking
I don't
it.
have time to like sales page everything. I'm doing the work. We're doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
We're here. This is not
Yes.
a sisterhood you can pledge to and try to get accepted. We're not going to haze you. It's not like that. But that connection is that deep. It will be
Right.
lifelong.
Right, right. And that's true. And it's funny because I did a lot of multi-level marketing too, while in my younger days trying to figure out my path and what businesses I want to
Yeah.
do. And it's funny because when we go to these meetings, and not all of them is the same, not
Yeah.
all of them is, but the ones them that I went through, they will sell me a dream and tell me how amazing it was. And they'll teach me to go recruit people and to sell them that passion. And while I
Yep.
wanted to
I
sell
remember those days.
you're right. and, and while I wanted to sell that passion, I was struggling to sell that passion because I'm over here telling you you can make all this much money and I'm broke. It,
Yes. And they will say fake it till you make it. And that's not how you want to fake it till you make it. I can fake a good attitude for a
amazing.
little while. I can't fake that I'm not making money because you can tell. You can't keep it up that long. That is a
Yeah.
lie.
And they say, well, have you made any money? And then here's the script that they gave you, and
And
now
then your
you're
face
trying.
falls and you're like, well,
Well, but my upline make a lot of money from this. He been making money since 1910. Don't you
uh-huh.
know him? You know,
Everybody got a big upline. Everybody. Every team you get on, oh yeah, so and so. Oh my God, you're on so and so's team. I don't know
mm-mm.
him, but yeah, I'm on his team.
and, and then I'm like, well, if your upline got the money, then maybe I should do business with him and he should recruit
Yeah.
me because I want the money. And then we sell them that passion. And that's when I stopped saying, you know what, listen, how can I recruit you? I'm going to be real with you. I just started. It sounds great to me. Let's do it together. Let's figure this
Yeah.
out together. And that's how I build. And I did great in those businesses because I was honest. Sometimes too honest. You made it money 62 cents, but I made a check. It's real.
Yes. But you know what? That's what we need. There are so many people. We're being sold to all day long. My goodness. Every other post is about come join this and come do that. And yeah, we're saying the same thing, but you know what? This is free. How often are you going to find all of these people sitting here together? We've been recorded the summit stuff. I don't need to promote this if I don't want to, but I want to. I see the value in this. I'm over here because I need people to know who you are. And I'm so grateful that I got a chance to know you while I get to show other people who you are. Because
Yes.
you have so many things going on. You are a very busy woman. And for you to make the time with a time zone involved where you actually get on here and talk to me, I am blessed. I am
Amen.
blessed.
Yes. You know what? I listen, y'all. I love her, and y'all know me. I gotta really love you to say it, because I'm not gonna.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Because you know what? She is absolutely right. She said good morning, and I said good morning, but it's night where I'm at. So do y'all understand what we're doing right now? When we said boss life is we are here for you. That's her morning. It's my night.
Yeah.
Okay, and we are collaborating across the world. And I was talking to Prophetess Deborah, and I said to Pastor Deborah, I said, listen, isn't it amazing how God do things that
Yeah.
I have to get up at 3 in the morning to have a business meeting with somebody in China for a
Yeah.
award ceremony that I'm doing for the TV network. I said, but for the people that we want to change their life, we will do it. You understand what I'm saying? Passion will fuel you to do what you need to do for whom you need to do it for. So it's not hard when you are in passion, when you are fired up and in love with what you do and who you do it for. You would be up early in the morning and late at night to be, I call it fellowship and having this relationship, because y'all know I love her right
Absolutely.
now. So
Absolutely. I will tell it to you like this. I got a chance to give my daughter a treat. We went to see Dumbo last night. We got home at 3 in the morning, but I made sure. I got up because I have been looking forward to this conversation. I don't know what it was. I honestly didn't know much more about you than your Instagram page and the little bits and pieces that August has told us. So for me to discover who you are, while the rest of the world discovers who you are through my lens, I'm very grateful. Very grateful. God does not make mistakes. Everything happens for a reason and all in good time. You were not meant to talk to me the other day because we were not in a place where we should be talking about stuff. And look at us now. We are on fire. We are lit up. We are excited. We are
right,
happy. We are
right,
blessed.
right, right. And
7:51 in St. Louis.
right. And one thing, and then she's on the opposite side of where I am in the United States. So,
Yeah.
if 10
8:52.
times
Yep.
we have the same time zone,
And I'm
okay?
over here in the future, Saturday morning, y'all. And look at this though.
And we at
She's
Friday
spending her
night,
Friday night
okay?
with me. How many people want to go to the club or like go drinking on a Friday night? We still putting in work because
We put
this
in
is our
work.
life's work. This is
And we
what we want for the future.
legacy. That's what we're
This is not a
building.
small thing. Yes, legacy. It is a long game. It is not a quick buck. I'm not, I'm not trying to hustle you into like making sure that I have money for this month. I want fellowship for the rest of my life. I
Yeah.
want that if anything happens to my daughter, she knows who I hung out with. And
Mm-hmm.
she could talk to any one of y'all and still get a piece of me. I think
Yeah.
August talked about this. She was talking about, how you look up to certain people because there's a piece of you in them. You recognize
Right.
you in them. You recognize God in them.
Right.
I
Right.
recognize God in all of you.
Right. And that's what it's all about. And y'all, one thing that I want to share with you all is don't be afraid to form relationships. And I hope that us being together on here tonight on the opposite side of the world, you understand that we not just I'm in the United States and she's in Singapore, but I'm coming all the way from Jamaica. And Prophetess Allen was like, how did I end up meeting you when you're not even an American girl? You is a Jamaican girl. I said, I don't know. God
It
just
don't
knows.
matter. It don't matter. When it's time, it's time. And when the connection is there, it's real.
Right. So don't be afraid to step out into that sisterhood relationship. It's not messy. Women can be business partners, friends, whatever relationship, that sisterhood you
Oh.
and do it across the world, y'all. Across the
Hmm.
world, because that's
Across
what
the
we're
world.
right. I hope
Across
this
colors, across genders, across
even
cultures,
that.
across religions, like all of that. Really. And Lady Deborah said, "We are your date night." Thank you so much. I have a date. That's so cool.
Across the everything, y'all. Okay, across everything. And I
Love
hope
transcends everything.
right. And I hope this is a perfect example for you to know, like, there's no walls when you're
No.
passionate about a mission and you're in it together. Let the walls down and build this thing here. Build
Yes.
it.
Do for you. It's time. Do for you. Be
Right.
happy. That's our
Yes.
sole purpose in life, is to be happy and spread that happiness. Spread that
Yes.
love.
Yes. It's infectious, y'all. It's
Yes, and it's so good.
and it's so good. And build your business with that same fire. And then you don't have to sell anybody because that it's for the long run. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
hustle you for some money this month because this is to for generations to come. And if I hustle you, it's not gonna last. It's not necessary. We don't have to pull each other down. Let it go. We can learn from each other. I learned from these women. Okay, we're all CEOs, right? Here's that title
Hmm.
again. But
Yep.
we all learn something from each other every
Yeah.
single day.
I never stop learning.
It never
Never.
stop. If you have a business, you're a professional student and just
Yeah.
embrace that. And as a student, your job is to do what? Learn.
And you will
And we're
not always have all the answers. You need other people that can help guide you as well.
mm-hmm. And
I
that's
learn
why
from
we're
my clients.
all the time. All the time. I coach and they might take something I told them and figure something out and come share with me. And I'm like, thank you for sharing that information because it just
Exactly.
fits my life.
Exactly, exactly. So I'm going to tell to you, like I tell everybody else, y'all better do your due diligence. You know how to find her now. Legacy Consultant. Miss Shani
Yeah.
has been so gracious enough to share everything with us. She's on Facebook. She's on Instagram. You're on. You have a you have a podcast. You have
Uh-huh.
Elevation TV. You have a lot of really great connections that you're also sharing with all of us as well. So please do your due diligence. Go ask questions. Go connect
Yeah.
with people. You don't trust
Yeah.
me? You think this is stage? I'm telling you, I didn't even give her questions of what I was going to ask her. We just went with it. I don't know. I don't like planning stuff. I'm not a planner. I should be, but I'm not.
Yeah, listen, you know how bad it is? As much as I do a lot on social media and I'm on Instagram, this is the second time I'm ever going live on Instagram. I upload videos
Oh,
and that's something, okay, well, if I come on the page, the last time I just clicked go. So let me do that now. So when I say this is
I love
not
it.
scripted, it is
The
not
gifted.
scripted. It's just God doing what he do so well because first time speaking to her and second time going live on Instagram and you guys are getting the raw, this is it, uncut.
Exactly. Exactly. I love it. Breakfast with Shani. Yes, it was kind of like breakfast. I feel I'm filled. I am fulfilled. Yes, absolutely. I love it. Lady Deborah, I'm looking for you, okay? We're going to do this next. I want to talk to you too.
Yes.
Well, Mama,
Yes, you
thank you
are
so much. I
amazing.
really
Thank you
appreciate
so
this.
much.
Please
Thank
follow
you.
her. Go ask your questions. The link is
Right.
in my bio. Go sign up. You're
Yeah.
not going to miss. Something is going to hit you. Somebody's going to say something and the light is going to go off in your head and you'll be like, dang, you know what? Yeah, that was the message I was waiting for.
Right.
The timing is
Right.
on point.
Yes. We are, y'all, we love you guys so much. That's why
We
we
do.
keep putting. Yes, we have our own personal life, our own personal conviction, but it all come back around to what we do for you. Our passion, our life make us start the business, but your life make us keep the business because we tell you the struggle is real, but it's
Yep,
necessary. And it's our passion for you is what fuel us to keep even growing our business to add more value for you. We
exactly.
love
I can't keep hearing people suffering. It's hard for me because guess what? My daughter is growing up in this world and I need to leave it better than when I found it. And that's part of the reason I'm doing this. So every time I hear someone say, "Oh my gosh, I can't go further. I don't want to go further." I don't want to hear that. That scares me. That's why I do this.
scare me too. It scared me too. Not building the business scared me more than building the business. Just
Yes.
saying. Because we
Oh,
have to
Lady
think.
Deborah, you don't need to be great with Instagram. We got you. We'll make it
I
as
done
simple as
told you
possible.
a second time, okay?
This will be
She
fine.
got you.
It'll be
She
fine.
got
I
you. This is my
promise.
second time. You'll be fine.
Gosh, I love your smile. I love your laughter. It makes me feel better actually just to hear you laugh.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
ma'am.
Thank you so much. I really enjoy you. I actually went back before I came on and I, went through your videos, just try to get to know you a little bit more too.
Yeah,
And I was like, wow, it's just, you're so passionate about what you do. And I was like, wow, I'm excited to speak to her.
thank you. I
So,
appreciate that.
thank you for what you do for us because we all need it. We all need that little push sometimes,
We
especially in this.
stand together, all of us, 21 of us. We feel the same way about each other. We love each other. She's my
Mhm.
sister. I have never met her in person, but she's my sister. I'm proud to call her family.
We family, y'all.
Absolutely. Well, you get some rest. I want to make sure that you have lots of rest, and I will catch you all again later. Don't forget, link is in our bio. Ask questions, look it up. Just take a look, please. You can't go
Yes.
wrong with this.
Bye, guys. We love you guys so
Thank
much.
you.
And good night,
Good
wherever
night.
you are. Bye, guys.
Thank you.